So I've just had a bit of a flashback, and I don't know why I'm being called to share it, but it's part of the shamanic. Oh, toothpaste on my lips, sorry. Basically, I'm just, looking more into shamanism because obviously it's a new activation and journey for me, although I'm getting these memories coming back to me about significant points in my life where there were certain initiations I don't think I really acknowledged, and so I don't know why I was just doing some diary work, had a flashback to being in Ghana at the end of 2019 with an ex, and it was bad energy all round really, but we went to a place. I tried to always go to sort of eco-conscious places and run by locals, and special nature reserves, and Cape 3 Points was amazing, and sort of went down to, I think it was in Basua, I can't really remember. Anyway, because the details are not important now, I'm just really being vividly brought back to, I stayed in a place, and my friend was in the village. He's a beautiful craftsman and tailor, and I found out from him or a few local people that the place we'd been staying at, which was aesthetically beautiful and run by a European and Ghanaian couple, and this is not to diss anybody, but there was something that just didn't sit right with my soul, and so having a deeper connection to past lives now and inner standing at a deeper level is wasn't having a really good time at this place. Certain things happened I'm not going to go into, and wrote a honest review and got a sarcastic one back. Someone not able to take criticism or constructive feedback from a visitor, and she thought that I was just someone who wanted a posh place when she never realised I'd already been to Africa loads of times, and I'm very happy to be in humble surrounds. It's just attitude. And heard from a local in the village that that place had actually chopped down one of the incredibly sacred trees so that they could build that place. Having now activated know how very, very deeply I am connected to trees and the Fae and whatever this journey is, again, all words, but I'm trying to explain my journey and share my story. I had some form of, I got very ill. I think the place that I actually stayed in the room, I had very big convulsions. I went into some form of, it was a strange, I guess an onlooker might call it an epileptic fit, but I had a very, very strange spirit enter my body or have some form of reaction to being on sacred land and the injustice of the tree, the pain, potentially it could be pain of being what I felt, I don't know, because I need to do more work on this memory that's just come through. But I just find it, because I was walking with my mum recently, visited the family for Christmas, and it was lovely and much needed after a very intense year for all of us, and visited London's oldest tree, said to be London's oldest tree, Yew Tree in North London, which was absolutely magnificent. And I don't know why I'm drawn to this place. A good sis of mine recommended it, and I took her up on the idea of visiting it, and did, and again got to do some more deep spiritual meditation on that, because I definitely got some messages. So going back to Ghana at the end of 2019, when all of this sort of shit show of my life started, well, I mean, listen, we've all had shit shows from earlier on, it wasn't just 2019, but the 3 slaps that then activated me into what was a much deeper spiritual path or calling. And I just think back and I'm like, people do not realise what they're doing when you chop down sacred trees. And an elder brother of mine, he recommended this there's so many things coming through. Series on Channel 4 called The Change. Very, very dry humour, filmed in the Forest of Dean, which is an incredible forest if you've never been able to visit. And it's also about cutting down sacred trees. And I was walking with my mum recently. We saw the yew tree, this special ancient tree, and also she told me that they'd recently cut down a sacred tree in one of the parks in London. It wasn't in anybody's way, and nature talks, and my heart's hurting. I don't know why I'm connected. I don't know what. I literally couldn't feel, well, I did cry when I met the yew tree. I don't know why this is happening, but now thinking back to December 2019 in Ghana, in Busua, I don't know things for fact, but it feels really weird that I just had a flashback to this major body convulsion. I was very ill, and I've never been ill in Africa. And I feel really sad. I feel really sad that this incredible tree, like, I can't remember the name of them, they're so tall and slightly have the vines growing down on them, that someone would want to chop that down and build something in the name of doing, maybe a cool conscious thing, but also like, I don't know. I find that really difficult. Like, surely we should be, building our eco-adventures coming from a Western sort of entitled, privileged space, and building on sacred land that may not be our own. Wouldn't we want to do that in alignment with the flora and fauna that are there, that are pre-existing? I don't know if I would even have the balls, because trees are spirits and there's sacred energy connected to that, and I don't know if anyone else has had any strange experiences in that area, on that place. It was this time 3 years ago, and I'm closing out a cycle of 3 years, so fuck knows why this is coming up, but I'm being called to share it, because people must be mindful in their Western egotistical brains of building on ancestral land in other countries, getting a cheap deal or whatever. You've got to be careful with the spirits that you mix with. You can't be cutting down sacred trees. You can't be doing all that kind of fuckery. So I have to investigate if it was a spirit that came through with me, or if it was initiation into my connections with things on a deeper level, because basically that was a time that I was like, right, boom. When I got better again, I was like, no bullshit. I started to meditate every day from January the 1st, 2020. And yeah, there's that start when you go on this spiritual thing of being obsessive and like, I've got to do it every day. Like, now I'm out of that and detached from all that stuff, because it happens when it happens, and practices are, well, this is a physical experience and things can't happen at the same time every single day. Like, that's just becomes obsession. So anyway, so yeah, weird tree activations, and I don't know, I just guess I want to honour Ghana and Busua and a sacred ancestral trees, and I will definitely find the name of the type of tree, because my heart is really hurting right now, and that's random, innit? So anyway, peace and blessings to everybody in their adventures, on their journeys, whether they're in their homeland or not. But we have to honour all the land that we go on. Like, when I first went to Jamaica, and I say that, I've done it in most lands, but more in my journey now because I'm deeper into it. I did a few things when I first touched that soil, and that's how I know that I was never meant to die there. That wasn't that place. But I was protected by spirits there, because I would never ever abuse land that wasn't mine. And all I keep hearing is reparations. Anyway, I don't know, that's a channel for someone, but don't make silly decisions when it comes to sacred, spiritual, nature stuff. when thinking that we get a cheap deal with land. It'll come back to biting you off. You're putting karmic imbalances and karmic negative karma into your family legacy, future legacy. And I've cleared all my karmic debt. I'm not putting anything on my future generations other than the intentions that I work with right now. And that is what we need to be speaking about in our communities, and respect for nature, and not throwing things out the window and all this I don't care and effortless, like, nonchalance shit. If we don't respect nature, if we keep trashing things out the window, you're going to get a bite in your ass, boy.